two teams, I must say, probably two of the most stacked teams. Internationals, Olympians, World Players of the Year throughout here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have managed to catch this game, you are catching a sensational display of some of the world's best and greatest stars out there.
It's the Southern Headliners against the New York Locals. The two teams left standing. Here's a look at the Headliners.
You've got to look at this lineup. Abby Gustaitis has come back in and she's got straight into leading. Plenty of firepower. Alena Olsen, Magali Harvey from Canada, Player of the Year in 2014. Monique Coffey has showed us she's got some jet burners as well. Just plenty of names. There's names on names in this team. But of course the locals as well. They've got some pretty amazing star power. Stacey Waka, Naber-Bonte's been impressive. Tanika Willison is on your screen. Blackfern and Blackfern 7-star Naya on your screen now. Up and coming star of the Blackfern Sevens team. New Zealand, of course, current World Series champions, so just how good. It doesn't get much better, does it, Dylan?
We've got Ruby Tui in the booth as well. Blackfern, 15s and 7 star down the Stanford Bree-Kemp pitch side. Welcome to the Eastern Conference Women's Final. And it's two sides that will go to DC. It's New York against the Headliners. Waka battles up and Coffey comes up with it for the Southern Headliners. There's the Canadian star. Harvey down the short side as Scout Cheeks picks and drives. Nuka brings it to the ground. Big fend as well from Coffey.
Police!
Finally, Stacey Waka brings it to the deck. Cheeks has it on the right-hand side. Harvey once. The playmaker in midfield gets rid of one. Has that ball been touched? No, it's not. Bonte picks it up, and again, it's New York now looking to capitalize. They go up the middle. A good driving run to set up some play. Across field to Manaya Nuku. Throws a dummy, makes it look all too easy. Nuku through the gap. Will get the first try in the final. And it's the Blackfern 7-star that opens the account for the New York Locals.
Oh, it's absolutely too Mickey from Nuku. Ferocious defense from the Locals is what changed the defense into offense. Headliners trying to physically overpower them, but the Locals weren't having it. And then in the end, it was Nuku with a dummy switch. Everybody moved off onto Waka as we have another look. Nuku gets the ball here, pretends to switch with Stacey Waka, and why wouldn't you hold on Waka? And she just sails through for a try under the sticks and converts it as well. So from defense to 7-0 up, great start from the Locals.
Yes, they sport and recreation, has a diploma in Maori Arts from Massey University as well. Nuku, 7-0, 5 to go in the first half. Pinpoint kickoff. Waka comes in and knocks it back towards her team. Brilliant bit of skill. Kagawa, Japanese international, 21 years of age. Gets the ball away. Tanika Willison goes over the top to Nuku. This time takes a contact on that far side. The New York Locals give up a penalty. Opportunity here now for the Headliners. Alena Olsen, US international, to Harvey. Coffey in midfield. Abby Gustaitis flat ball. Cheeks hit hard there by Waka. Solid contact on this near side. Magali Harvey, big left-footed step. Waka knows it's coming. And the counter shove is there. Former USA Eagles women's captain. Abby Gustaitis sets up a run. Gustaitis, good little flick to Harvey. Gets it back. Good linking for the Headliners now. Cheeks bounces off the right foot of hers, not held. Still available for Magali Harvey. Still to the right, it's a flat ball to the 22. Needing a response. All the Headliners. Olsen draws a couple, was looking for a switch there from Laura Hurff. It wasn't coming in the end, but the arm does come up for a penalty. And a quick tap again from Magali Harvey. So here they go. In fact, it's Olsen looking to cut through Hamden. Third penalty in a row. Hurff now has possession. Fresh legs, looking for the line, beats a couple. Coffey on the outside. Gustaitis absorbs the hit. Frees up. Scout Cheeks for the corner. And that the response, and it took a wave of attack, but the Southern headliners are over.
Headliners smashed their way over. Bad news for the locals too. Stacey's Waka's kind of stayed down a little bit, but that was so physical. The headliners needed that try and they needed it quick. They had a few penalties in a row. Locals probably just need to watch that. But there was massive play from number 20, Scout Cheeks. She's been aggressive and she just stayed wide and calm on Abby Gustaitis. And Harvey doesn't quite convert it. Stacey Waka has stayed on the field. Locals will be happy to know. This is a replay. Questionable tap there from Hurff, but it doesn't matter. The ref is a ref. She gets the offload down, and here Waka commits to Gustaitis, and somehow she gets that ball out to Cheeks. And in the end, there were too many headliners waiting for it.
And a quick break for Scout Cheeks. Brilliant set up there by Abby Gustaitis. As Waka is back in the fray now for the New York side. Up 7-5, 2 to go in the first half. The kick through, because there's no super back, so it's a real chase here. It sits up for Olsen and then just leaves it behind. Touched it first though. Great idea.
When the bounce of the ball goes your way, it's great. But when it's slightly off, it doesn't work in your favour, and that's the beautiful game we play and love with the oval ball. You never know what way the bounce will go or life will take you. And if we have a look, it was the right idea. There's no sweeper back there, and as you can see, it just takes off a little bit to her left, and when you're sprinting as fast as she was, it's really hard to regain position. And just take note, Dallin, Naya has just entered the frame.
Yeah, here we go. Here comes trouble. Olsen. Chopped down. Penalty for the headliners. Coffey sets off on a run. Monique Coffey. Such a creative runner.
Release!
Now knees on the ground, so that is a tackle. Gustaitis is there. Also works as a broadcaster, was with us last week. And here comes Naya. Fresh legs! See you later! She's as dangerous as a pyramid scheme. It's Naya. And the headliners take the lead.
Tapper, of course, comes straight on and turns on the tap of unlimited tries, as she always does. She seems to do it on every single field she takes. It's beautiful to watch. Her footwork, her game's come so far since she first ripped up a rugby field on the world stage. As Harvey adds the extra 2. Gustaitis clears. Look at that, there's nothing on. Footwork. A slight little trick to her left. Boom. And a try to her right. Her eyes are wide, and New Zealand, that's called a pukana. It means you're ready to go, and ready to go she was.
It really is. The only people to catch her was the Rugby Sevens roller coaster. We had her on it as our guest. You can check that out at the PR7s website. It is 12-7. Kick successful. Knocked back for Waka and the New York locals now who trail on the board. Nuku looking to link up. Gawa drifting on that far side. Hampton. This is on the field as well, providing support there for the New York locals. Gonna take the gap. Again, Willison, one-handed ball back on the inside to Waka. The smiling assassin, as she known, sets off. Does Stacey Waka. Bonte flies into Tapper. Good ball security as well. Nuku now looking at a jagged line ahead. Willison across. Still there for the New York locals. One-handed ball. A miracle pass on the inside. You can see it coming. They will take the penalty for the high shot.
Yeah, you can only imagine if that miracle ball went to hand, but the locals will still have a free kick here. As we see, Hamden knew what she was trying to do, and her teammates were all there for it. But she gets hit high. Tanika Willison says that's enough for now. We'll go into the break.
Half-time, 12-7 the score. The headliners lead the final here against the locals. Just one score in this here in Pittsburgh. Premier Rugby Sevens is brought to you by Rhinos Rugby, an official pathway for all PR7s franchises, and by Sperry, global leader in rail health. So all roads lead to Washington, D.C. The nation's capital will host the championship. And these two sides will feature 2 teams from the west, 2, of course, from the east, western side. The Northern Loonies, the Rocky Mountain experts watching this one. Your thoughts? Who's gonna do well? Because you played in the west.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's very different styles. And remember, in DC, as soon as we get here, the Western Conference plays the Western Conference and the Eastern plays the Eastern. So as soon as you get there, these 2 teams will play again. The Loonies will play the experts again in the Women's Championship. So it will be the best of the East versus the best of the West. So if you're the Loonies and the experts in the Women's competition, you're watching this final going, how are they playing? Who are the players to watch? First job's first, you know, they'll have to be the best of the West, but it's very intriguing. It's very intriguing being a part of the Western Conference and looking over here, you know, having a wee peek, seeing who's bringing it to the East, and that one on your screen, Magali Harvey is.
Ruby, I'm not signing your check until you tell us who's going to win.
You know who's going to win? Golden Retrievers, maybe.
Two sides to call.
We'll be back better next year, but Dylan, tell me, who do you think's going to take it out?
Well, I like the headliners from this side, and I can't go against Robin McDougall, who's my co-host of the podcast from the Loonies. So there it is. Loonies, headliners, you heard it here first.
Hey, I'll go for locals in this game, and you go for headliners.
There we go. All right, Sleek Sensations. It is the final 7 minutes in the Eastern Conference final at Highmark Stadium. Beautiful downtown area of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and it is the headliners that lead 12-7. Both teams will go through the DC, as we said. Big shot comes in, and to the pocket we go straight away. And a rare card for the Smiling Assassin. It says, no way, says Stacey Walker.
I can see why she's making a face like that. To go to your pocket so quick means it was obvious, but I think the hit was just so hard he could hardly believe it. You see here, oh, yeah, it's come up high. It's definitely come up high, but probably not as dangerous as she thought, as someone's kicked it through.
Speaking of danger, here comes Naya Tapper. Big hoof, though. Too much on that one. They had 7 against 6, of course, for the 2 minutes. And Tapper puts it through the back.
Yeah, so there'd be no sweeper back there. And her foot was so dangerous it went out on the full.
Scrum where it was kicked or 22? Scrum where it was kicked, 22-meter dropout.
So I don't know if you can hear the ref, but kicking it out, of course, you can either choose to scrum where the kicker kicks it or a 22. And usually, tactically, whatever has the most territory you choose.
Scrum called.
The scrum is called in the end, and we can get a word from Bree Kim, who's pitch side. Bree?
Yeah, talk to both head coaches. It's always so funny when they both have the same exact messages for both teams. Keep possession and stay connected on defense. We know both teams have such amazing playmakers who can be so shifty and have a game-breaking moment at any time. So both of them are just battling for that ball and really staying connected so they can turn over that ball and score a try.
Yeah, it's all about who can maintain.
Early.
Free kick for an early shove. Quick tap from the New York side. Down to 6 players, of course. Nuku. Dangerous. Offers a switch. Comes in from Nadia Parker, who's new to the New York local side. Penalty the other way. The headliners have 7 players. Olsen wants to speed up this game and the tempo. Salomon. Jenn Salomon, the brilliant star from Mexico. The hit comes in as well. It's gone backwards. A diving on the ball. The commitment is there. What an effort.
Oh, you can tell both teams want this. I think it was Kagawa who came in with body on the line and dove. And unfortunately just knocked it on. But I think the coaches' messages are so similar because these two teams are so close. We've already talked about how they're both in the DC Championship. So this is figuring out how each other plays. Trying to get the upper hand for a bit of mental confidence.
Fine.
And another 45 seconds left on the yellow card too for the locals.
Quick feed there from Alena Olsen. Coffey loops around Monique Coffey. Order with a good bit of possession to keep it alive. There's Kukutai now into the fight. Still holding on to the pill. Bonte can't get it back. It's there for Alyssa Porter. Another penalty.
Not on the mark.
Too far away from where the mark is. Rhinos Rugby is an official pathway for all PR7s franchises. Visit rhinosrugby.com to start your journey. Tapper with possession in the final. Naya Tapper whips it over the top. And Farnan with a great take in that far side. Naya trying to stop Farnan, has lost possession and has saved a try.
Oh, that's crazy defence. I think the yellow card just about is up too. As Stacey Waka returns to the field and headliners bring on Gustaitis, but this is Tapper. She knew the space was out there, great awareness, and it was a valiant effort from headliners Farnan to keep that ball in hand, but just ripped by the defender. Hampden had just done enough. So locals have survived the onslaught with 6 players and they're back to full roster with 7.
That is a strong bit of defensive pressure from the New York locals, coached by Magali.
Watch is back on.
And T. Fletcher, 2 greats of the game.
Fine.
Headliners coached by Andrew Locke and Lauren Barber.
Hold your weight, absorb the hit, come back.
The scrums.
Come back, rebind.
I talk about it a lot, Deters, because I'm a forward in sevens.
Back on.
The communication somewhere.
Crouch.
Everybody's on a different page about them.
Bind.
But I love it because it makes the turnovers easier in a scrum. Kukutai takes care of it though.
Yeah, they do really well. Only been in the scrum once and I didn't like it, but here comes New York. Ooh, it's a loose ball. The headliners fly in and we'll pack down another.
Yet another scrum. It's just been such an area of the PR7s competition. It's definitely, they definitely scrum differently over here than they do in New Zealand.
Marks on me.
Locals there just losing position, and the headliners all of a sudden light up their eyes.
Hey, just be patient.
It's Olsen, her leadership directing her players where to go. Sniffing that blind side.
Give her space.
With Porter, as you can see on your screen, directly behind that scrum.
Olsen finds Porter now, strong runner, just drives straight into the traffic. Penalty goes the other way to New York. A chance for them, down by 5 on the board. They met in the final in Austin, headliners won 21-12. But as a new game, as Withers goes on the outside, needing Withers. Harvey, what a tackle. Withers able to get up to her feet. Left the ball alone. Penalty now to the headliners. It's a seesaw affair. Grace Kukutai. Gustaitis. Bonte came flying in. Porter once more. Stunning tackle from Stacey Walker. Alena Olsen again to the left. Harvey. Nice tackle. Brings down Magali, Harvey. Gustaitis is there. Getting the fend-off going as well. More possession for the team in front. 12-7. Harvey. Big jump step. Creates in the middle. Olsen has Farnan on the inside. And Farnan. Nuku again a strong tackle. Waka over it. Gets the penalty.
Amazing defense from both teams. Back and forth. The momentum is shifting. More times than when I was learning to drive a manual.
Hurry up.
You were probably very reckless. They're very controlled in this game. And a kick for Alena. It's not out. A chance for the headliners and Alena Olsen to mount a counter-attack. Under 2 to play in the final. Gustaitis throws a couple of nice dummies. There's Abby Gustaitis, as tall as Alena. Gives it away this time and again. Walker all over. Draws the second penalty for the New York locals. What have they got left in the tank?
Walker once again showing the referee the picture they love to see. Holding your body weight over the ball. Not past it, not before it, over it. This time Wilson makes sure of it. So it'll be a line out to the locals. They need a 7-pointer to win this game.
Pink marks here.
Just over a minute to play, Dylan.
Your marks here.
I'll take a 5-pointer and go into extra time. I'm here for the drama.
That's why we love this game. We love the drama. Coaches really chilled out right about now, Dylan.
Yeah, exactly. You need to be in this unbelievable game of intensity. Withers takes on Coffey. The tie.
Off now.
New York with possession on that far side. Parker gets rid of one. Parker still going. Now chopped down. Good tackle from Porter, and again a penalty, this time to the headliners. 30 seconds to go, it's 12 points to 7. Abby Gustaitis says, all right, let's take a breath.
She knows they just need to wind down that clock. We saw her do this last year with the headliners. Just smart play. Stay calm, stay in control. You're meant to only have 15 seconds for a scrum, but it doesn't always work out like that. If you can wind that clock down, you do. We've got a boot loose on the far side of the field, so a player just has to put their boot back on. Does Weathers as Olsen, and everybody at the scrum waits for this last play. See here, she has a laugh. Her boot was way on the west side and she was on the other side. Shows how much work she's doing. All these players are doing. Time's back on.
Crouch.
And this will be the last play.
Fine.
Last roll of the dice. Headliners just need to hold on to position, kick it out.
Set.
And they did it in Austin, Texas in the first tournament. They won 21-12. Penalty will be theirs, and they can tap this and kick it out and take the title and head with confidence to Washington, D.C. Harvey says, see you later, puts it into the stands, and they can celebrate another brilliant win. 12 points to 7, just a 5 points in it in the women's final. Harvey was outstanding, but it was a team effort in the end that got it done. Got a feel for the locals too, they put everything on the line. The defense was excellent, but it just didn't have enough spark at the end to close it out. Another excellent final finishes in the Premier Rugby Sevens event here in Pittsburgh.